The United States said on Friday that India can buy as much Russian oil as it wants, as long as it doesn't use Western insurance, finance, and maritime services that are covered by the gas price cap. In an interview with Reuters, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said that the cap would still lower oil prices around the world, while cutting Russia's income. She added, once the European Union stops buying oil from Russia, Russia won't be able to sell as much oil as it does now, without using the price cap, or making big price cuts from what they are now. The establishment of the cap would provide India, China, and other large consumers of Russian crude with power to reduce the price they pay Moscow. She said, Russian oil is going to be selling at bargain prices, and we're happy to have India get that bargain, or Africa or China. Yellen also mentioned India, and private Indian oil companies, may also buy oil at any price they want, as long as they do not employ Western services, and instead find alternative services. And either option is okay, she said. Such comments came only a week after External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar stated that India will continue to import Russian crude, since it benefits the country. Russia supplies nearly a sixth of the global oil and gas supply. Russia's dominance is particularly evident in Europe, where it supplies more than 20% of the continent's oil, and more than 30% of its gas. Several countries in Europe, including Austria, Finland, Poland, Slovakia and Hungary, are dependent on Russia for 50% to 100% of their oil and gas imports. And with Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Europe's reliance on Russian oil and gas lead to a crisis of survival. And now, after prohibiting oil purchases from Russia, the US has turned to India to keep the oil supply going in the country. According to the reports, India is selling cheap oil from Russia to the United States. According to market sources, multinational oil dealers Vitol and Trafigura each purchased a cargo of vacuum gas oil from the Indian refinery Naira Energy for $10 to $15 per barrel. According to sources, this shipment will be shipped from India's Vadinar port to the United States or Europe in December. VGO is a type of crude oil used to make gasoline and diesel. Earlier, the Aframax tanker Shanghai Dawn purchased at least 80,000 tons of VGO from Reliance Industries' Jamnagar port. The shipment arrived in the United States in late October or early November. India is Russia's largest oil customer other than China. Even though America and other Western countries have put economic sanctions on Russia, India is still buying a lot of crude oil from Russia at a discount. India refines this crude oil and sells it to Western countries at expensive prices. And since the restriction enforced by the United States and the European Union has not applied to refined oil, as a result, all Western countries, including the United States, are looking to India as an alternative. Simultaneously, Indian refinery businesses have increased their purchases of oil from Russia at reduced costs. According to data, India purchased 793,000 barrels of crude oil per day from Russia between April and October. In comparison, imports were only 38,000 barrels per day during the same period last year. Also, in comparison to last year, India has supplied quite significant quantities of vacuum gas oil to America this year. In 2021, the United States purchased only one cargo VGO from India. Before the war, Ukraine used to send the most VGOs to America from Russia. And because of the war with Ukraine, Russia is facing many sanctions. So the US and Canada can no longer buy any oil from Russia at all. At the same time, the European Union will stop buying oil from Russia between December 5, 2022 and February 5, 2023.